Hey guys, welcome to the School of Rockstars. Today we're gonna think like Gary Vee.
I'm only interested in one thing. I'm only interested in the thing that is binding us all together. No matter what you do in this room, no matter what your profession is, an entrepreneur, work for an agency, designer, developer, no matter what you do, always and forever, our job is to tell our story. And that is never going to change. The way you make real money, the way you make real impact, the way things get changed is by great storytelling. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way, because I don't know if you guys heard, but we're human beings, and that's what we like.
I love going to farmers markets, and if you go to the farmers market and this guy's got better strawberries than this guy because he's using less of something in it, he'll tell you the details, but no one's waiting there because this guy's got a cuter sign, because this guy's telling a story that's resonating with me. And that's what we do for a living. We tell stories, not slogans, stories. Little Red Riding Hood is a story. Once you've heard it, you're going to remember it for your whole life. And it's something that resonates and that it matches the way we want to see the world. So when we see a kid with a lemonade stand, it's different than when we see a vending machine selling lemonade, even if it's exactly the same product, because the story around it is what people are paying for. So when I meet small business people, all I ask them is not what's their balance sheet, but what's their story. Why should I pick you? Why do I care about what you're doing? And if you start giving me all this inside baseball statistics about why you're 2% better than some other competitor, I'm already glazed over, because that's not part of the way
He says, tell your story. Your story is worth it. Your story is valuable because your story creates an impact. That's what all the business people they look for. They won't connect with you just for business sake, or how much you what properties you have, how much money you gained. It doesn't matter. The normal person, if you want to connect, if you want to impact everybody, if you want to impact a normal person, you need to tell your story. If you want to stand out, if you want to get customers, if you want to get like-minded people into your business, if you want to get people talking about you, because you means your story. Your story. Tell your story. Even if it is bad, even if it is worst, tell the truth. Be yourself. You are the hero of your life. You should not be thinking of all the past, all the pain, all the depression, all the failures that you got in your life, and you should not spend the rest of your life with by thinking all those. But you should be way different. You should be the hero of your own movie, of your own story, because you are the one. No can You are the only one. You are the rare piece. Just be that rare. Anyone can't be you, because yourself. You are worth it. Your story is worth it. If you want to stand out, you need to tell your story. If you need to get customers, you need to tell your story. Example, in my case, what I did when I started doing 1 minute videos on Instagram, I didn't tell any story. I just said some quotations, what I see, or because I'm not that confident, I felt very insecure, depressed, sad, and I have all those emotions. So I didn't reveal myself, I didn't tell myself. So only less people used to connect with me. But once I told my story, who am I, where I came from, and what is my background, why I am doing this, why I'm recording videos, why, what is the reason, why, they connected with my why. They connected with for my why. What the impact I want to create. What is the story behind me for doing this? They connected with me, and I myself has a community. I created a community to believe in themselves, saying that you can do it. If I am doing it, if I am the one doing it, you can also do it. Because we both of us have the same time, 24 hours in a day. If I am doing it, you can do it. So connect your customers, connect to your community through your story. It is very valuable. Why you like I can say an example, like if you are in a web developing, or if you're in the business of, if you're kind of a business and you have a website, then if I'm the person who is visiting that website and go to about us page, and if I didn't find an interesting story, why you started it, what is the reason behind starting a business, what is the purpose behind the business, what made you think to start this business, if I didn't find all those things in the about us page of your business, then I won't connect with you, because it's not interesting. And I can say, like, if there are two people doing the same business, and on one person on their website has the story written, why they started the business, what is the purpose, what thought or the reason they brought this business into picture, what are the struggles they faced. If they have like this person has all these details in their about us page, and the other person, they just mentioned what they like their name and their address and how to contact them, and also like what are the services they are providing. These are the two people in front of you. So who will you choose? I choose this person because he's very genuine and he's telling us why. Because why is very important, because he's telling his story, he is telling the purpose behind the business. So I will connect with this person. So connect, tell your story. You will get more customers by telling your story. You have to be yourself. You have to tell your story, the truth, genuine. Even if it is hard, even if it is sad, even if it is depressing, you need to tell. You need to, because all the people won't have the same story. The depressed, if you have a story, if you have a period of life where you have gone through depression, sad, and if you tell how you overcome it, then some people who are going through the same phase, they will connect with you. They will connect with you and message you saying that I'm so connected to your story. So you need to tell your story. Tell. Don't be a victim of your life. Be a rock star of your life. Thank you guys. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.
Single thing you touch is impacted by your story. As an attorney, as a teacher, as an architect, there's not one line of business that you can be in that a story, and a great story, won't elevate your outcome. Every single line of business, every single line of service that you're connected to will be impacted and ideally elevated by the level in which you're willing to tell and share your story. So let me give you some guidelines, some parameters, what I like to call the bumper rails, as if you're going bowling. You know, when I go bowling, I ask them to put the little bumper rails down so I can my ball can get down the lane. So let me set up some bumper rails for you so that you understand what makes a great story. So one is the willingness to take risk. Most people, Vishen, when they're telling a story, they don't want to take a risk. So the story has its limits on how high it'll go or how deep it'll go. And when you have that, then you're really not at that part that's going to touch my soul. So being willing to take a risk, being clear and concise with your stories. A great story is a show me story, not a tell me story. Now, this is the distinction that's the game changer for most. Most people are telling a story. They say, so let me just share with you a little bit of my story, and I'll tell you and then I'll show you. So as I was building my life, there was a time in my life that was very difficult. It was very challenging. True story. Very difficult, very challenging, very uncomfortable. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a lot of hope, and things just looked dismal. At some point, I had to turn my life around. At some point, I made the decision that life had to get better. I'm telling you that. It's decent. You learn about me. Then if I were to show you that story, I would say 6 days a week, I had to eat beanies and weenies. I had to find money in the crevices and the corners of my couch so that I can get my son milk. There were times when my heart would beat fast just at what am I going to have tomorrow? At some point, I got sick and tired of my own story. Is this going to be my future? No, I can't handle it. Notice the difference in that second story.
Wow. I completely see that.
I just painted a picture. Same story. Now, the second one, when you show a story, it's going to require more of you. It's going to require you to find the colors. What were you thinking? What were you experiencing? What was going on in your head? Instead of telling me you look for money, turn and point. Now, this is anywhere. This is anywhere you are doing anything. I promise you, you become a great storyteller and you will captivate your audience no matter what you're doing. I've captivated investors. I've captivated students. I've captivated educators because I was willing to show the story. I call it unpacking the story, Vishen. Being willing to tell me, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? What were you seeing? Think about a story as an oral movie. And so in an oral movie, think when you're looking at a movie, the first thing they do is they identify what state of time it is. Is it futuristic? Is it in the now? Was it back in the day? You notice that based on what people are wearing, how they're talking. So paint that picture for me. Take me to that environment. Set the backdrop up for me. Show me what you're going through. Instead of saying I was angry, you can tell me you were angry, but when you say the hair on the back of my neck was standing up, I felt the fumes exiting my nose. I thought that my chest was going to pop and I was going to say something that I'd regret forever. Ooh, you just showed me you were angry. Take that extra time to unpack it. Why will most people not do that? Because it requires a level of vulnerability that we're